Today, we're going to talk to you about a project that has gone up 82x or even more since I last brought it to you guys 5 weeks ago. That's right, guys. Today, we're going to talk about Cult Dao. And we're going to talk about Cult Dao, why it's been on such a tear lately, and its affiliation with Shiba Inu and the infamous or famous, however you want to call him, Ryoshi, the founder of Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu topped out at $40 billion market cap, while today, Cult Dao sits at a $40 million market cap. So even though it's been on an absolute run lately, I still think that it's got room to go. Let's get into it. One of the main driving forces behind why Cult Dao is going parabolic is because of the suggested affiliation with Ryoshi. So when Dom from V Empire first shared Cult Dao with me, it was incredibly interesting because I'm so aligned with the vision of the founder of really funding decentralized missions, projects, things like that. So Cult Dao is essentially a decentralized fund funded by on-chain transactions. The way that it works is the top 50 stakers are considered the guardians. Now, the guardians can put forth proposals on which the many, everybody else who's not the top 50 stakers, can vote upon these proposals. Any proposal that passes will get funded from the treasury. So the founder calls himself Mr. Omodulus. And this guy went out and looked for some of the people that were industry thought leaders in decentralization and asked them to become a guardian. Some of the well-known guardians are Justin Wu from DecentralCon, David Hoffman, who's the founder of Bankless, really great podcast. And we also have Aaron Macmillan, who's a project manager from Gnosis DAO, who is also affiliated with Gnosis Safe, which is the most used multi-sig wallet on Ethereum. This is a tweet from Solid Proof. Solid Proof is essentially a KYC and auditing company. You can actually go on Unicrypt, and we will get into that in a bit later, and you can look at all the audit reports for the smart contracts and everything like that for Cult Dao. But what Solid Proof says on their Twitter is the team at Solid Proof were shocked when our KYC dev, Mr. Omodulus, turned out to be an already very well-known crypto founder. Very well-known crypto founder, hence the capital very. I'm not a very well-known crypto founder, but this is it's a big deal. So again, this leads, and this was created back in January 25th, 2022. We are happy to announce the completed KYC and smart contract audit for We Are Cult Dao. They will launch full utility at TGE. Okay, great. So we know this is somebody big. Let's get into the juicy stuff. Let's look at this tweet thread from DECIPHER. Has Ryoshi set up a new, more extreme protocol under an alias? I will present to you evidence that may suggest he has. And he tags SHIB Army at We Are Cult Dao. Briefly, the protocol in question is CultDao and works as a fairly radical decentralized VC funding protocol whereby the top 50 stakers, guardians, submit proposals that stakers not in the top 50, the many, may vote on. Guardians cannot cast votes. Upon reading the protocol's manifesto, which I suggest that you all do, some keen-eyed SHIBs noted that it felt like a darker SHIB ecosystem, much more bleak than the normal positive woofing they see from Shiba. It painted the world as a grim, almost dystopian-like place, made that way due to centralization. And full disclosure here, because I found out about this project very early, I did buy into it, full disclosure, but I'm super bullish on it, obviously, is why I'm telling you guys about it. And remember, the first rule of Cult Dao is to talk about Cult Dao. So this is what I'm doing. And it just gets me really, really excited to see such a really clever idea out there. So there's a closed guardian group for the top 50 stakers. Now, when asked about a possible SHIB collaboration, Mr. Omodulus, the founder, responded with this. Obviously familiar with Ryoshi's writings, to quote them, and note the GIF used, "my boy," is a disgruntled Ryoshi unhappy with Shiba's past. So this was asked in the Discord. Mr. Omodulus, SHIB from this, he's quoting something from Shiba. Number 4, in probably a white paper, I don't like centralized exchanges. Oftentimes they destroy community projects by price suppressions. I do not endorse any and only encourage you to use Uniswap and DEX. Then he takes a screenshot from Shiba's Twitter saying, hey, Coinbase, send us a DM. Valentine's Day is approaching and we have pending match you plus me. So begging to get on Coinbase. Then he puts this meme down here at the bottom that says, look how they've massacred my boy. So this is referring to the fact that Mr. Omodulus might be thinking that because it became more centralized, he's not really a fan of it anymore. And even some speculate that the 3 tiers on the main Twitter picture for Cult Dao are potentially saying that, like a gang member, when they kill somebody, they get a little tier there. He's got 3 tiers here. This could be for the leash, treat, and bone tokens that the Shiba Inu token system include. Additionally, the protocol listed 10 NFT masks to be auctioned, the second of which was listed in SHIB token. So we start to see these affiliations. Cult Dao was also listed on Shiba Swap, which not a lot of tokens are. So Shiba Swap, also the second mask that was auctioned off, was sold for Shiba. And then he goes on to say nothing concrete here, but certainly noteworthy. However, this is nothing compared to the clue that the masks held. This is a big deal, guys. So the masks were auctioned off one by one each day, and the last one given away through a competition. Now, if we go over here and look at the Cult Dao OpenSea account, you can see that there's 10 masks here. And you might say, oh, well, Kyle, that's not really a big deal. And now if you go and organize them by oldest, we can see that you have this order, right? I, A, M, R, 25, I'll get to that in a second, O, S, H, I, exclamation point. Coming back to the tweet thread, take the first letter of each mask and you have I am R, X, O, H, I. Now, the Roman numerals stands for number 25. The 25th letter in the alphabet is Y. I am Ryoshi. Hard to ignore. I mean, so either Mr. Omodulus is Ryoshi, or it was part of the marketing of Cult Dao. Either way, if you talk to him and in the manifesto, it's not about who created Cult Dao. It's a brilliant idea. But let's get back to the Ryoshi correlations because there's a lot more. This is a very, very interesting Medium post made by SHIBARIUM. And now we could see that SHIBARIUM has gone back as an author and talked a lot about Shiba. July 6, 2021, talking about Ryoshi's vision. September 18th, using Shiba Swap only. And just on March 27th, made this post. Now, the things that you want to pay attention to here are the capital letters and this little L here. UCTL. Cult. Again, another correlation with Ryoshi or Shiba Inu. SHIBARIUM, who has obviously been talking about Shiba Inu forever, according to one of the exchanges, one of the main agencies for Shiba Inu, has made this tweet. I believe in masks. The man I made up is me. I believe in my dance and my destiny. Now, this is just a quote from someone. I forget his name. Doesn't even matter. But if we open up the comments, you can see everybody says, we are Cult Dao, we are Cult Dao, we are called Shiba of Shiba, we are Cult Dao, we are Cult Dao. Just the affiliation is insane. So again, either this is a brilliant marketing move on behalf of the founder of Cult Dao, or it literally is Ryoshi, the creator of Shiba Inu. So if we go back and look at the affiliation with the manifesto, it says, beneath this mask, there is more than flesh. Beneath this mask, there is an idea, and ideas are bulletproof. Ryoshi says in a quote, I have said from the very beginning, I am nobody. I am not important. The efforts to unmask my identity, even if successful, would be underwhelming. I am just some guy of no consequence tapping at a keyboard, and I am replaceable. I am Ryoshi. When asked, why don't you own SHIB? And remember that Ryoshi doesn't own any SHIB. Well, if I did, he said, then I can't be who I am for now. And I know that I have a role to play. I can't be pure and unbiased if I'm worried about price up and down and taking profits. Then he says something very interesting. Don't worry, the great Shiba Inu will reward me in other ways. Maybe this was him talking about or foreshadowing the fact that Shiba Inu was a learning lesson for him. He learned all the lessons he had to in order to go and create something that was truly impactful for the world. And if you look at the manifesto from Cult Dao, it is a really well-designed idea. The tokenomics creates an infinite money machine, one that just doesn't require any more capital infusion unless people stop transacting Cult. So as long as Cult continues to be transacted, there will always be Cult Dao. To better understand this, let's look at the tokenomics quickly. So Users transact Cult, and 0.4% is collected on every transaction. So every transaction that's done, whether I send Cult to you or you send to me, or we trade it on a DEX, 0.4% is put into Treasury. So the DAO Treasury collects the fees. And then for every 15.5 ETH raised, that is when they will fund a proposal. 13 of those ETH will be sent to the investee or whatever project that the DAO is going to invest into. And the additional 2.5 Cult will be burnt. Just so you know, there was 6.66 trillion tokens minted. Already approximately 1.6 or so trillion have been burned. So when the investment comes back, it is traded for Cult tokens. 50% of those go back to stakers and the other 50% get burnt. It's a pretty simple idea. It is an investment DAO, completely decentralized. In fact, the author of the manifesto is adamant about decentralization and how centralization is screwing with the world. You have to read the manifesto if you haven't already. It is extremely well written and it very much aligns with me and anybody who believes in decentralization. And another great thing is that we already know that the first proposal that has passed and already been executed was to remove the control from Mr. Omodulus. So now it is fully decentralized. You can see right now that $6.56 million is locked and verified by Unicrypt for 265 years. No rug pull. No rug pull. 265 years, locked liquidity. So yes, this project does have an anonymous founder, but that's the beautiful thing about decentralized projects is they can do this. He even says in the manifesto that I am tired. If it is Ryoshi, yeah, he's tired, man. He built Shiba and then went and built this. But even if it's not Ryoshi, even if it's just a nobody, as he likes to proclaim that he is, it doesn't matter because he has been KYC'd. We know that. And we know from them vouching for him that it's a very well-known crypto founder. And this all makes me feel really, really good. It's, again, the spirit of decentralization, the spirit of Bitcoin. So with that being said, I wanted to point out something to you guys. The trading volume is the same as the market cap. You don't really see this hardly ever. Guys, remember when I first brought this to you, it was at like a $600,000 market cap. Now it's $42 million circulating, but $130 million fully diluted valuation. This thing is a machine. I'm incredibly excited to see where it goes. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel if you're not, and let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. Guys, I'll catch you on the next one.